Hi Emma, hi Lil, this is version C7 of the basement project. So we now have a complete U-shape of Elfa around the basement wall. Excuse me for jumping around a bit. The back wall is entirely flexible storage. The shelves can be moved up, they can be moved down, they can be eliminated partially as I've shown there. The next wall is hobbies, with the bike being in the bottom left corner so the front wheel can occupy that otherwise, sorry for jumping about again, rather awkward corner. I've shown a storage track also deeper into that corner with hooks and perhaps some holders which could hold bike helmets, things like that. Also basket shelves above, which we can add more of these dividers, which could hold overshoes, shoes, gloves, lights, various knickknacks. Above, around the rear wheel of the bike, I've shown some pegboards that could hold cleaning products, a few tools. There's various, holders and clips and things and hooks that can go onto that, quite an extensive range. We then go on to the golf storage. I believe there was an adult set of clubs and a junior set of clubs. After that, I've got an area which could be for holding badminton, tennis rackets, things like that. Again, there's a variety of hooks and holders, long hooks, short hooks, that can go onto those storage tracks. Pull that into the bottom of the right hand corner, general storage for balls, bats, stuff like that. 3 basket shelves I've shown at the moment. Could be flat shelves, but the baskets are good for containing balls and such like. We then get into clothes storage, whether it's hung or on baskets, and you'll notice that the clothes wall has got a different length of upright. That's an off-the-shelf product. This is a cut-down version, so it's a bit of bespokery to do there. In front of the radiator we've got 2 art trolleys. At the moment I'm showing, again, sorry for jumping around, I'm used to this, I know it makes other people feel seasick. I've got 2 deep baskets. I put all of these with shallow baskets, so 7 shallow baskets all the way down, and at the moment I'm showing the 55 deep product. I might change that to the 45 deep so they just don't stick out quite as much, and I might change that to the smaller foot so that doesn't stick out as much. In most other areas I've shown the deeper foot because it's covered by a shelf. These are just small details that I will work through in time. Emma and me have discussed making a small additional carcass on top of that. I'll probably come up with a sketch for that tomorrow and get a price for you from the workshop that I've used over the last 15 years or so. I think that's it. I think, as I say, this is now version 7. We've looked at lots of different layouts, and I think Emma and me are both confident now that we've got the optimum. Let me just zip into this camera view here, and this gives you more of an impression of what the space looks like as you enter. And now I'm just going to go into a section view, and we can imagine that we are now in the space and looking down at the various bits of storage we've put in. I think I discussed this. This is also a bespoke edition. It's a pinboard or a corkboard for the kids' art. I can think of a way of tethering that to the two uprights quite nicely. That will only work if you have this smaller. Let's just jump into another view quickly. So you can only do the pinboard if you have clothes on the left and on the right. Emma and me have also discussed doing, in fact let's just have a look at that very very quickly, discussed doing away with out of the camera view, and then I can no, video's getting too long and boring. We have discussed eliminating this assembly. Means you can't do the pinboard. It's just a slightly different view as you enter the room. Okay, few details to think about there, but I think this is generally a good base. General storage, hobbies, clothes, nice and simple. Art stuff in front of the radiator. Okay, thanks for listening.